This is from the Brahma Samhita. So what happens is that we go step by step. When somebody reads Bhagavad Gita, it's considered like ABC. He understands Krishna as the Supreme Personality and understands himself as the servant of the Lord. Bhagavad Gita is more of an official teaching. Just like somebody comes to meet you, stranger, you first invite him to office, not to go. Okay? Somebody calls you, I like to meet you. Generally people invite you, please come to my office. So similarly, Bhagavad Gita is like office, not home. Krishna doesn't talk about the gopis. Krishna doesn't talk about even Mother Yashoda in Bhagavad Gita. He says, whenever there is disturbance, I come. Just like a police chief, I come and I see things are done. It's best if you follow me. That's how the Bhagavad Gita. This is fundamental actually. And if anybody has to go through Bhagavad Gita and to understand his position as a servant of the Lord. Bhagavad Gita also, like morning we are discussing, also talks about the vision of the Lord. Understanding the whole universal cosmos is just like what we can imagine is the highest, is this huge cosmos that we can see in front of us. What cosmos, even when we see huge ocean or we see a big waterfall, we are shaken up, or a big mountain. So all this big display of the material energy that we can even see or we can even imagine, it is under control of the expansion of the expansion of the expansion of the expansion. Ekam Sena Sito Jata. One amsha of the Lord maintains the whole material manifestation. So this is, but what is it that the Lord doing? Yes. Now this knowledge, what the Lord is doing, comes in progressive stages. The simplest of understanding is that the Lord is beyond the influence of material modes of nature. He is a person. He is not at all affected anyway by the modes of material nature. That is his energy. When Vedavyasa also meditates on Krishna, what does he see? Mayadad apahasham bhakti yogena manasi samyak pranahite amale apashyat purusham purnam mayadad apahasham. And when Vedavyasa, when he wrote all the Vedic literatures, so at that time, by the will of the Lord, he wrote everything without focusing on the glorification of the Lord. And having done the work, he had done the 4 Vedas. By that time, he had done 108 Upanishads, which are part of the Vedas. He had done Vedanta Sutra. He had even done the Puranas, except Bhagavad Purana. And he had done even Mahabharata. Nobody can ever dream to do even one of the books. It's unimaginable book actually. He is not ordinary personality. He is empowered by the Lord to do such a work. It's like Lord himself doing the work. And after having done all this work, he was not happy. That was what, if you read Bhagavatam, first canto. And then what happens is that his guru comes and he says, he falls at the feet of his guru and he says, I'm not happy. What is it? I work for the welfare of the whole human society and I did so much work. But I am not satisfied. Something I have missed. What is wrong with me and my spiritual master? So Narad Muni says, you forgot to glorify the Lord. Go, sit down. Again sit for your realizations. And then in a complete realized situation, glorify the Lord with your heart. Anything you forgot. You are focused about everything. And you forgot about the glories of the Lord. It is true when you meet people in the beginning, it is difficult to directly talk about the Lord. Why? Because you first have to tell them what is Lord. Otherwise they will mix up the pastimes of Krishna. In fact, the pastimes of the Lord has to be very carefully understood and very carefully explained. Because it can lead to a misunderstanding very easily. In fact, Queen Kunti also says, just like a dramatic actor. What is the shloka? Second shloka. Huh? Nato Natu Dharoyata. Maya Javanika Achanam. Then Nalaksha say Modadasha, Nato Natu Dharoyata. She says the condition is like this. One side there is Krishna, other side is a Jiva. I discussed this on the Janmashtami sometime. And in between is a curtain of Maya. And this fellow is Agna. Agna means, just like somebody went to Prabhupada and he said, Prabhupada, when I'm preaching and people say that, some people say they are not suffering and he is not scared of death. So how do I preach to this one? So Prabhupada said, he is a madman, don't waste your time with him. If somebody says, I am not suffering, and secondly he says, I am not scared of death, he is a madman, don't waste your time. Actually, every person is a candidate for preaching if he is honest person to the reality. Every individual is suffering. Definitely. When I am suffering, I want to way out. Who doesn't know way out? Doesn't want to way out. Correct? If anybody is suffering, first thing, look, is there a way out? I am suffering. I am trying all kind of adjustments, but the suffering is not going on. And then the second thing is, I am not scared of it. Another big matter. How is it possible? They may say that, but if the life is in danger, he is the first person to run. So we cannot say that. Create some difficult condition, first person to run out of the place. Just create some earthquake, something. Is the first person to run out. So this is all artificial. I am not scared of death and I am not suffering. The fact is, we are all suffering. So Agna means a dull-headed fool, Gada, idiot, rascal. You know what all words Prabhupada sometimes uses out of affection, character. People. So that is one side is Agna. So he is not at all interested in spiritual life because of this. Once he becomes aware, he is suffering, he looks for a way. And it is fortunate he comes to the correct path. At least first the start should be there. First, yes, I am suffering. What do I do? Now death is coming. What is going to happen to me? This thing should be there. Then he is a candidate for spiritual understanding. Yeah. If this is not there, what to do then? Then he has to wait. Maya has to start with kicking. Then he will. But sometimes people don't come to senses. Actually, Prabhupada said the joke is like this. Suppose we are locked up in a room and somebody is slapping us, kicking us like it happened recently. Those fellows involved with that. They gave one or two slaps, but they are taken to police station, they were broken nicely. Their all bones are broken and they were slapped. Correct? That's what I heard. It was taken very seriously this time. I don't want to say good or bad, it's a political issue. But that's what happened. They were beaten up nicely. So like that, we are being beaten, slapped and kicked. And somebody says, how are you? Fine. That is our foolish. That is the level of foolishness we are living in. Constantly be kicked and slapped by Maya. And you say, how are you? I am fine. Ask anybody. Correct? Somebody has been arrested, has been slapped and kicked and slapped. And you ask him, how are you? I am fine. Like that, I am undergoing constant harassment by the mental energy. I am Sachidananda. I am an eternal servant of Krishna. And Prabhupada asked in the morning, the essence, what is Prabhupada? Essence is, I am an eternal spirit soul. My only business is to serve Krishna. So, but forgotten from that condition, we don't know what we are and we have been kicked around left, right, center, pursuits for finding happiness. It is just like that he has, when he goes to she has, whole days he work hard, he has. And then he goes to the she has, she kicks him on the face. So that is how we work very hard to enjoy. When you try to enjoy, you are kicked on the face and slapped in whatever way you try. Somehow you cannot enjoy at all. Bifala. Pa, fa, bha, bha, ma. Pa means we are doing a lot of endeavor. Parishama. So much endeavor we are doing, sometimes night out. My exams are there, we do night out. That is called Vena. Foam is coming from the mouth. So much hard work is going on. Pa, fa, papaga. हिंदी में आता ना कवर्गा चवर्गा तवर्गा पवर्गा even after so much hard work foam came the amount bifala I'm not happy actually. Then why am I doing what all I do? Simply people keep landmarks. Now you do this, you will reach that. When you reach that, you will be very happy. And for that, when you reach that, you see, still you are not happy. Bifala, waste. Recently, most of my classmates, they are all in 40s now. Sometimes the chat with them, I don't know what to do in my life now. I don't know to work anymore because I want enough money. But don't know what to do with my life now. I don't know to work at all. I don't know what to do. But this is bifala. Then next comes, I think this is mid-40s, practically everybody gets this. And then they say a horse, if you want to tame the horse, a wild horse, it is very difficult. And you would sit on him, he will throw you out. So what they do, they leave him free in a maidan. He jumps, runs, goes here, runs there. Then he is exhausted. Then they sit on him. So we are also like a wild horse now. When we are young, generally 17 to 30, we are jumping here and there. This I will do, this I will do. After they take some time for rest to know, then we understand. All that did, nothing worked out. But now you tell somebody, no, so many things are there. So, bifala and then bhaya. Because whatever you have, even your health, you can see any time it can collapse. A little trigger, like somebody came recently, what to do? Doctors are telling I have kidney stone. That's so sad. So like that, the whole body has, anything can collapse and make you flat on the bed. So bhaya. When I was in college, I used to remember. I used to get at night, I used to feel, today I will have a heart attack and I will die. And whole night I will not get sick. Because nothing to do basically. That's what happens in particularly college time. People think, parents think he is gone, he must be studying day and night. But the fact, reality we know, fact is that don't know how to pass time. And then these all, when I did my tables workshop, all this, today I am going to get heart attack. Bhaya, what is going to happen to me? And we live in that bhaya. And then worst, the last thing, mrityu, ends in death. So we are actually entrapped, agna, this is our condition. And in between is maya. Maya, jamanika, achana. It's a big curtain of maya, which is not allowing me to see anything about Krishna. Maya means that which is not. I am an eternal servant of Krishna and my only business is to serve Krishna. This is the fact, the tattva. But I cannot see that. Maya makes me forget I have any relationship with Krishna. It makes me forget Krishna itself. Second, what is my relationship with Krishna? It makes me forget both of these. I have not only forgotten Krishna, I have also forgotten what is my particular, eternal, loving relationship with Krishna. I have forgotten. And in this world, the relationship will take them asleep. Even though I can know it is cheating. It's like, suppose somebody is working in a company. Now he is thinking Shantas. The boss comes, he is very happy, he is working. No sir. He is not working for your pleasure. He is working for his pleasure. If you don't say this month you will not get salary, why Kingfisher Airline every time they do strike? Why they are doing strike every week? Because salary he is not giving. He is promising them, I will give you salary the next month. But again he doesn't have money. So what do? They do go for strike. That means they are not working for his pleasure. They are working for their pleasure. I am just telling an example. Service to Krishna, we don't ask anything from Krishna. Not that Krishna, please, you do this, you do nothing. It is done without any condition. Krishna never came back to Vrindavan after he left Vrindavan. And the residents of Vrindavan were almost dead in separation from Krishna. There was a samadhi on Krishna constantly. Intense samadhi on Krishna. But Krishna never came back. Correct? We all know. Rather, Krishna left them to increase the meditation. That is transcendental. That is. So, there is nothing to get. They never saw Krishna. And in one sense, you may feel a pain. He just doesn't care. So much you love him, he doesn't even care to think about it. That just they were giving an example. What is service to Krishna? What is the love to Krishna? Love is not like something I have to get. So it looks same. It looks same. Lust and love looks very same. Iron and gold look very same to the person who is not very expert. You know, just like suppose you have purchased some imitation. Nowadays we have imitation jewelry. If you go to the shops, you can purchase. We also put to the deities always only imitation jewelry. But from a distance, sometimes not only the jewelry, even deities, metal deities in America, sometimes our metal deities have been stolen. It has happened. Because people think, visitors, because they don't know our customs and practice, they think it's gold. And temples are locked in the night, somehow they break doors and all the things, and the devotee then put a newspaper ad. It is not gold, it is panchaloha, but any amount we can negotiate. Please give back the deities, because deities cannot be taken away like this. It has happened. So if you are not an expert seer, what do? You think imitation jewelry and gold is same. In fact, none of us can discriminate also. We have to go to an expert. He has some kind of a stone, and which he rubs on that. He has the expertise. There's different ways to know if this is pure gold or not, or how much percentage gold it is. Sometimes people have gold, they get it certified, 99.99% gold, they get a certification like that. So we don't have expertise. So similarly, what is the difference between love of Krishna and lust? We have no capacity to see. Sometimes I have told the joke, I tell people, don't get involved in all this relationship with lust, not love. People can't understand. They say, no. In my case, it is love. In my case, this is the foolishness. It is not easy actually to discriminate. So pure love of Krishna, that is exchange. In this world we see only a shadow. What we are seeing in this world is a reflection of the spiritual world. In the material world, we see servitorship, and we have some kind of a rasa in that. We have friendship. We do have some kind of rasa in that. We have parental relationship. We do have some kind of rasa in that. And we have the loving relationship of opposite sex. And there is some relationship, pleasure in that. But in the spiritual world, that is pure. In the material world, it is only a perverted reflection. So some boy recently, he had some problem, college, some problem, and the college terminated. Then he was telling me, sir, samajh aaya, ye sab bakwas hai. Ek aaj bhi nahi aaya. When I was in trouble, not one person came forward to even think about how to help me. Everybody was keeping himself well protected. So this is actually the material world. And Krishna showed, in all of the relationships, a completely different picture. To the cows, Krishna used to personally, Shanta Rasa used to personally call their names. Okay? And the cows used to be overjoyed. And sometimes they used to come near Krishna. Krishna even used to talk to them, even the birds in their own language, because Krishna knows everything. That is there. Even the trees used to bend when Krishna used to pass to offer their fruits to Krishna. Even the Yamuna river, because actually everything, Vrindavan means everything wants to serve Krishna. That is Vrindavan atmosphere. So that is explained when Krishna once glorifies Balaram in that attitude. Krishna book. So that is there, perfection. Krishna gave the perfect satisfaction. In fact, even the cows, when they used to hear Krishna's flute playing, they used to close their eyes and just cry. They will be holding, Bhagavatam describes, nipples of their mother, but they will not be sucking milk. They will stop sucking milk. They will just be a love of Krishna to be gliding with tears. So he shook even the entities in Shanta Rasa with him in complete satisfaction. Nobody can get it. We also have Shanta Rasa means somebody just respects you, but there is no practical activity. We cannot give any satisfaction. We are full of so many faults. Then Dasya is still higher, just like we have the leaders in the country. We are like Shanta only for them because they do practical service. When you see them externally, we have to get up when they come. Some minister comes, you have to get up from your seat. Shanta, that's it. But at the heart, there is no satisfaction. Neither they can provide satisfaction. There is zero qualities in the individual. Krishna, without even doing practical service, just seeing his beautiful form can stun every living entity. Not only human being, even other jivas become overflowed with the love of Krishna just by seeing his all transcendental glories. Amazing. When Krishna came to Mathura, and all the girls of Mathura had heard about Krishna. They went to the roof of their house just to see Krishna. And they saw Krishna, they painted. Krishna is so magnificent person. So Shantarasa and chanting, not only human being, even the other living entities become stunned when they see Krishna. In this world is a cheap imitation. Some people are there, just like it is said, some worms of stool are there, they want to delight there only. Even if you pull them out, they run back there. So some people are stubbornly want to enjoy the perverted relationships of this world. Yes, best of luck. Some people understand this. It's only perverted. It's from which name? Some more Maya. Dasya is better because in that there is practical service, and in that relationship also, in this material world, I told you, it's only business. You have a driver for the car, you say, I will not be able to pay you any salary from next month. He will leave the job next second. He is not working for you, he is working for that salary. Sometimes I had workers once when I was dealing with the bidding. Every month they want increase. This is the reality. You see how much love is there, how much affection the service is there. Perverted affection. So in this world that also doesn't exist. Sometimes people take great pleasure. I am maintaining so many people, they take some rich people, they have, what are you doing? I am maintaining, giving employment to so many people, and they feel satisfaction. Enjoy perverted. Worm of a stool. Shanta Dasya. Sakya is still better. We also have that. Just like this boy could see what is real Sakya better. Dasya Krishna showed. Dasya relationship. Daruka. So many people Krishna showed. Perfect. So always been waiting for Krishna's order. Once when Rukmini wrote a letter to Krishna, that please come. I don't want to get married to Shishupala, I'm forced to get married. And Krishna got the letter from the Brahmana. Krishna Daruka, get ready. And he's waiting. When is Krishna's next order? Anybody is a servant like that? Whole day sitting. He has no distraction. He's just waiting. Next, when I get chance to serve my master. Can you get a servant like this in this world? Yeah. Rather nowadays they tell all the servants are mobiles, and if they will be busy with that itself in their own world, and they forget the work that you give them. Somebody is telling. Sometimes they ban mobiles also in the workplace because, and they may give employment. We get people are very happy. I got job in this. I got job in that. Basically, you become a servant. That's all. Glorified servant. Just like they say, air hostess is nothing but glorified waitress. Family waitress only, no? Sir, what do you want? Milk, this. Hotel also you have that only, waiter. But it is a glorified waitress. The same way, servant is glorified. Big name, you title executive engineer, and you feel very happy. But finally, he is a servant only. 5 minutes he has gone some other place. 5 you went. Somebody went out. He was sitting in Katil temple. The boss came to know how you went out of that place without permission. That is all. But Krishna's servant was not like that. They were waiting with undivided attention. They are waiting. When is Krishna's next order? They are waiting. And they're so happy actually. They're so happy to get order from Krishna. Yes, Krishna, give the chariot. And it is said, this is Dwaraka. And she was in some other place. Which was the place? Rukmini was there, some other place. What is the kingdom? Some kingdom is there. Rukmini, which was some place it was Some lot of distance he traveled, which is I don't know which place, but distance, either east or south. Some distance was there, good distance. Just overnight he finished the distance. Waiting for next order. That was a servant. In fact, Daruka also, when he was once fanning Krishna as a servant, he felt so much ecstasy. Same happened to Rukmini, happened to Daruka also. So much ecstasy that he was finding it difficult to fan Krishna. You know? So he said, I don't want this ecstasy, I want to serve Krishna. Now when we serve Krishna, we work for even transcendental pleasure at a neophyte state. If I chant Hare Krishna, feel some pleasure, I feel so nice. And I am thankful to Krishna. The great devotees, they don't want even transcendental pleasure. They are only interested in Krishna's pleasure. Because the ecstasy was not allowing him to shake the chamara. He said, I don't want this ecstasy, I want to, what is this? He is not looking for any pleasure, material or spiritual. I just want to do this to Krishna. That is great service. And then next, Sakya, when Krishna was in real trouble, who came to be with him? Arjuna was in real trouble, Mahabharata war. Krishna says, don't worry, I am there with you. And actually our body for 1 second cannot exist without Krishna's mercy. It cannot exist for 1 second. A similar example comes in Mahabharata. After the war is over, and this body is also like a chariot, so we can symbolize it in that way. But this is a real incident, this is not a symbolism. When Krishna told Arjuna, get down after the war. So Arjuna got down. So Krishna then got down, the whole chariot burned. So Arjuna looked so bad. What happened, Krishna? Krishna said, this chariot is already gone, Arjuna. So many Divyastras, chariot is already destroyed. But I was just holding it for you to continue with the battle. The same way, this body cannot sustain for 1 second without Krishna's grace. The chariot is already gone. So many opposite elements are there in this world. And even the mental energy, how it is functioning, who knows? Hardly anybody knows. It is just by Krishna's grace this body is sustained. One moment it cannot sustain without Krishna's grace. So we are actually existing by Krishna's mercy, but we cannot understand. Okay. So anyway, now coming back to Arjuna, Krishna was with him through the whole battle. There were instances that Krishna gave a word that I will not fight this war. Correct? And Arjuna and Duryodhana were to choose. So Duryodhana said, first I will choose. Okay, what do you want? You want my army? I will not whole army. I'll give you a small army. I'll give you some army you want. Krishna didn't give the others. One army. So either I will give you an army or I will give you myself, but I will not fight. So Duryodhana thought, what is the use of this fellow? Because he is not a devotee. What is the use of this fellow? I give the army. That's all we are all. We are not interested in Krishna. We are not interested in devotional service to Krishna if I can get something from Krishna. Not his army means some opulence, some money, some name, some fame in this world. The same worm in the stool. That's all we have. We have no interest in enjoying the loving relationship with Krishna. Prabhupada gave also what Tul's example. He said, just like, suppose there is a girl and I am interested in that girl. Now, do I like to enjoy talking or relating with that girl, or I want to enjoy her stool? I want to directly relate with that girl. Now, what do I do with the stool? Correct? So similarly, this creation and the Lord is there. Now, are you interested in the Creator, the person who did the creation, and I want to enjoy a loving relation with him? Just like what you do in engineering. We are studying the creation, not the Creator. We are not interested in the Creator. He has made a creation, I find some element, I somehow manipulate it, and I make something for my and other people's enjoyment. When I make for other people's enjoyment, they give me some money, by which I satisfy myself. Basically, that's what I am doing. So, am I interested in the Creator or the creation? I am interested in the creation. My level is same like a person who is not interested in the girl, but interested in her stool. Because this creation is like a stool of the Lord, made with disgust by the Lord. This creation is not created with pleasure. The pleasure He created is the Vaikuntha, for you to enjoy loving relation with Him. But you are not interested in loving relation with the Lord. You are interested in this disgust. Middle world is not a place created of pleasure by the Lord. Disgust is my God, this is what I want. Without me, you want to imitate like you are God? Okay, go. Go. It's like a jail. Jail is not made out of pleasure. Government doesn't get into everything in the jail. Yes, the best bedding should be there. You don't do that. That you do for a guest. Suppose a guest comes to your home. How do? You rush to the room, somebody you respect, you make affection, nice bed, correct? You make the seat, you send somebody to the bathroom, say it is washed, clean. We do that any guest comes to the house. We do for a prisoner. If somebody you arrested, you're putting in a jail, do you go to the same thing? We don't go to see every detail and make some grand arrangements for enjoyment as far as Vaikuntha are not here. This is made out of disgust, and rather it is made for rehabilitation of rebellious souls. So there is no pleasure. But we, Durasha, hoping against hope, we want to enjoy pleasure of this world. So that is, our situation. So if you have real friendship, have with Krishna. It's so pleasurable. We have loving tendency. Why don't you give to Krishna? That is all Prabhupada says. Give it. We are holding someone. Prabhupada says, so stubborn here, so hard-hearted. Krishna is taking care so lovingly, even now actually. But still we are so hard-hearted. We have no interest to open out ourselves to Krishna. We'll open to a dog, but not to God. Okay? We are ready to cultivate relationship with the dog. When a dog comes to your house, there is no relationship. You don't know him, he doesn't know you. Correct? But you try to develop a relationship. What do? You give him some food, something and develop. How do you develop a relationship with a friend? That is also same. But we are not interested in the same way to develop a relationship with Krishna. He is also a person waiting for you to turn towards him. You say, yes Krishna, I like to serve you. He is ready. The relationship opens up at that very moment. So that is Sakya, and we see that Krishna was the best friend. Transcendentally, fully with Arjuna all the time. And then we have Vasalya. And when Krishna left this world, Arjuna had so many friends. But Arjuna was in so much intense pain. Similarly, when Krishna left Vrindavan, the boys had so many friends. But no, they want Krishna. Krishna cannot interpret. It's a transcendental relationship. It's not a material relationship. Then comes Vasalya, the mother and father of Krishna. Or not only mother and father of Krishna, the whole Vrindavan, they loved Krishna more than their own child. Because relationship with Krishna, relationship within a transcendental. And on top of it comes a relationship which is called Swakiya and Parakiya. Swakiya means a relationship with the married. Krishna had 16,108 in this world. Just manifested. Prabhupada says even trillion is not enough. Krishna is so great. For him to maintain 16 trillion wives is also not enough. His glories is still not, even 1% is not manifested. He is so great. But just for an example, even that is bewildering for us. 16,000 palaces, 16,000 wives, 16,108. Now handle that. And this is married, and then unmarried crores. Now what do you do about it? Now in this world, if somebody relates, and Krishna gives so much satisfaction to these wives, both the married and unmarried, that they could never forget Krishna. In fact, when Devotee meets the married wives of Krishna, this is in Krishna book, and she gets an opportunity, she wants to hear. She was also a great devotee of Krishna. When they come to Kurukshetra, yes, at that time she goes to ask them, and that's the time she meets them. And she asks, some instance, she meets the wives of Krishna. She asks them about Krishna consent. How did you get an opportunity to be married to Krishna? They say, we are so happy to be Krishna's maid son. They all say like that, maid son. We are so happy just Krishna keeps us as a maid servant in the house. Now which husband can say, his wife ever says like that to him? You keep me like a servant, I am very happy in this house. That means how much they were happy with Krishna. That is 16,108 wives. In fact, in the morning, Krishna used to get up 3 o'clock, out 3 hours before sunrise. We struggle to get up at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock also. Krishna is got up 3 o'clock, jump out of his bed. And he used to go, because spiritual practices are important. He used to give example how a householder should live. Yeah? And then he used to meditate. On whom? Now whom Krishna will meditate? On himself. But you are supposed to meditate upon him. Krishna is Swarat. He is independent of everything. But you are dependent, sir. You are not Swarat. You are dependent. Living in it. Jiva means always dependent on Krishna's mercy. But Krishna is not dependent on anybody's mercy. Krishna is Swarat. We are artificially in this world, therefore as we grow up, we get little money, we get little security of the job, something, and we also start walking like, you see how people walk? Little. Actually, he is in a fearful existence. Any moment, death will knock his head off. Everybody. Any moment, his head will be cut off. Any moment. Anybody. But still, somehow, for some time, he thinks the present situation as all in all. I give the example of the deer in the forest. Some, grass is there, some nice weather is there, breeze is there. He feels so comfortable. In the same way, we feel life so comfortable. We don't know, any moment my head will be cut off. And at that moment, feeling like a sense of control a little. I can control a little some things. I walk as like a king. So we have come nothing to it. Prabhupada used to say always, walk in this world as a servant of the Lord, never as a controller. You are not the controller. You are a servant of the Lord. So this is what the condition is, and then that was Vasalya Rasa, and then Madhurya Rasa. We are discussing the two features, and that is Parikya and Sukhiya. So this Parikya Rasa, which is the lowest in this world, if somebody is relating to somebody's wife, it is considered the lowest thing. Correct? In the spiritual world, that is the highest. In a shadow, what is the lowest is highest on the tree. Correct? Just to give this much hint of it. Yes, this relationship of Krishna, not with anybody, with Krishna, in the spiritual world, these gopis, they have a feeling, they have a husband, and their relationship with Krishna is in the stage of some kind of adventure. There is some kind of an adventure where all the gopas and gopis are involved in that, trying to unite Radha and Krishna every day. And so much dynamics happen within that. Every day some tamasha is going on. Correct? So that is relished by the devotees. So for that, there are two energies of the Lord. One is called Mahamaya, one is called Yogamaya. Our existence today is propelled by Mahamaya. And we are aware of that. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. These are the different facets of Mahamaya. Or in another way, it is called Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. All the three are Mahamaya. And we can always feel and grip of that. We are firmly gripped by Mahamaya at this condition. Devi Esha Gudamai, Mamamaya, Durate. Krishna said, it's my energy. Mam Evi Prapadante. If you take my shelter, you will relieve from this. But no, we don't take shelter of Krishna. We are happy within Mahamaya. And Mahamaya, what is she doing? Slapping us constantly. And therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prays. What does it say? Jiva Jago. Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayer. Kota Nidra, Pishachi. How long you will sleep on the lap of which Maya? But somehow we are trapped by Mahamaya. And we have no eagerness also to come. There is another energy of the Lord which is called Yogamaya, which arranges the pastimes of the Lord. Just like when Mother Yashoda is scolding Krishna. Now Krishna is the supreme Swarata, Parama Ishvara. Now what is scolding of anybody to him? But no, he becomes fearful. He enjoys the protection, love and care of Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda feels if he will not eat, he will die. Just like any mother feels. And Krishna makes his Yogamaya into action, which covers his mother also to forget he is God. Because mother is a great devotee. Actually she knows he is God, but he is made to forget. She is made to forget. And he also forgets he is God. Otherwise how will he enjoy that rasa? Because everybody is worshipping Krishna. But Krishna sometimes likes to come under protection of his very great devotees. Prabhupada gives an example. Sometimes a grandfather likes when the grandson sits on him and makes him a horse and makes you run around. The grandfather is enjoying that. Hey, move, what are you doing? He enjoys that. So Krishna also enjoys to come under the shelter of his, because we are like a drop, Krishna is like an ocean. So by studying a drop, we can know the nature of the ocean. So sometimes we have seen some people enjoy coming under control of somebody who is so beloved to them, and they don't mind to become like a servant for them. The same way, Krishna also likes to completely come under control of his pure devotees, and he lets forth his yoga maya to arrange his pastimes. So gopis are all manifestation, and the relationships are all in the purview of yoga maya. So we should be very, very careful when entering the pastime of gopis with Krishna. We should be very, very careful. We should not justify. Recently a Supreme Court judge, where he was asked to make a decision that should we allow co-living without marriage. What do you call it? There is some word for it. Huh? Live-in relationship. Live-in relationship, should it be allowed? And Supreme Court just said yes. And he quoted Radha Krishna Pastime. Now this is abominable. This is under purview of Mahamaya. And being under purview of Mahamaya, not only in our culture, in any culture, any part of the world, they understood marriage should be there as a contract before we allow any these kind of relationships. Any part of the world, it is not considered civilized, it is uncivilized. Now all civilizations are practically breaking down. So this has become in thing. Living has become in thing. But actually it is abominable to even think about that. This is beyond. Beyond even Vaikuntha is a realm of Goloka. In the material world, this Goloka is manifested as Gokula. In Gokula, which is in a mundane world, manifested representation of the Lord's eternal abode of Goloka. Goloka is the abode where Krishna enjoys his pastimes with the gopis and his devotees. So in this world it is manifested in Vrindavan, what is a place called, we call it Gokula. Now these two places actually, even though are in different plane, they are same. But it is difficult to see. The Dhama of the Lord, we say no Dham ja rahe, Krishna ke Dham ja rahe. The Dhama of the Lord looks material, just like deities also look material. But it is not material, it is transcendent. Similarly, in this verse we have the meditation of the one of the last guys, Krishna, Govinda, Gopijana Vallabhaya Swaha. Yes. So, but the meditation of that, if we can meditate, but we don't give. We say first thing is the person should sincerely chant Hare Krishna mantra 16 malas for some time, generally 6 months to 1 year, and follow the 4 regulations that we nicely chant this, his mind becomes calm. Then he adds Gayatri to his life. And one of the Gayatri is the last. Generally people chant only one Gayatri, but they chant that Om Bhu Bhuva Swaha. But they don't know there are not once or 7 Gayatris, which you don't give to public actually. In Brahma Samhita, because it is explanation, everything is Gayatri. We don't even write this Gayatri anyway. We are very careful. But now what we can, Prabhupada has put it in a purport. Prabhupada has put it, not Prabhupada, is Guru Acharya has put it in the purport. He is explaining the whole purport is explanation of the Gayatri. How Klim is referring to Krishna. Then Krishna, Govindaya, Vasudha, Krishna, Govindaya, Gopijana, Vallabha, Swaha. 6 things are there. Each thing is representing different thing. Krishna is referring to Krishna himself, the self-same personality of Krishna. Govinda to the personality who gives pleasure to the devotees in Goloka, having his blissful pastimes. Krishna and Govinda. Then comes Gopijana, he is among the cowherd, the milkmaids of Vrindavan. Vallabha, he is a maintainer and having pastimes with them. Swa, referring to the Jiva, the soul, the eternal relationship to the Lord. Ha, the transcendental pleasure again in those relationships. I am not an expert. He is divided 6 different and he is going to that. We can just understand that these things are there anyway. So the point is that as you meditate on this sound vibration, Gayatri. Prabhupada says, now Gayatri mantra is chanted in the mind. It's very easy for me to understand. Why is it that we don't give Gayatri mantra to the person in the beginning? We give Harinama, not the Gayatri. The reason is very simple. Gayatri acts only in Sattva-guna. If the person is not in Sattva-guna, there is no use. And what is the benefit then Sattva-guna? Why Sattva-guna is needed for Gayatri? It's not our business to understand, our business to just follow. We can try to understand. Just like doctor gives medicine, it's not a business to understand how it acts. You just take the medicine, it will benefit you. But still, little what I can understand is that the mind is not a Sattva-guna. How will you chant in the mind, sir? These mantras. If you chant, in between you will think of something. Correct? You will not be able to even chant. A rasic, tamasic person, you give him Gayatri, even if you chant for 1 second, he cannot hold his mind on the mantra. Because Hare Krishna we chant loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Loudly we are chanting, still our mind rotates the whole world. All we are supposed to do when we chant Hare Krishna, only thing we are supposed to do is to hear the vibration. Somebody asked Prabhupada in Delhi, how to chant Hare Krishna? Kaise jab karne? Prabhupada said, Hare or Suno Hare. Krishna, Suno Krishna. Like that we chant. Full mantra is repeated. All 16 words. That's the whole mantra. There is no work for the mind actually. But still our mind will be, doing some gymnastics. What you can chant? You first learn to chant Hare Krishna properly. When the mind becomes calm, then you chant Gayatri. Then it will become second engine. Not only one now, second engine you go, 2 engines you go. It will help you quickly go. So here Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada is saying, as you chant the mantra, in the presently stage, the mantra as chanting, it will manifest your object of meditation. Book will reveal in front of you. Krishna as Gopijana and Vrindavan having his pastime will be book manifest as your chanting becomes purer and purer. So this is brief about this thing. Any question, clarification? Brahma Samhita is very advanced. Not advanced, very, very advanced. Not only in philosophy, also in language. But we try to appreciate. Prabhupada has given this book to us for us to read and try to understand. Srila Prabhupada ki, Brahma Samhita ki.